Hey guys, Harley here from Cycling Harley. I've got the footage from the first gravel ride. I took the Trek Emonda that I converted into a gravel bike from a road bike. There's a 3-part series on how that all happened. Today was the first ride. Got a quick hour in, out in the hills in Perth, Western Australia. Beautiful country. This is the footage from it and just a bit of commentary on how it performed in the gravel on that particular track. So hope you like it. Check it out and like and subscribe if you're interested in seeing some more. Cheers. Right, so I'm just going to keep this commentary relatively short. So I'm going to go for the full 10 minutes. Just a quick run through of what I found here. So this is the sort of gravel that I was on. It's very light gravel. You could probably get away with your normal road bike really if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it, but there's not very much rough stuff here at all. So this actual track was recommended to me. I put the feelers out to a few cycling buddies of mine who do gravel, and they suggested this one for the scenery, but also for the light gravel, just testing out the 35mm tyres. And obviously, being my first gravel ride, I didn't want anything too hectic. So this was actually perfect. So if you go back and have a look at the road to gravel build series that I did, it's just converting the road bike, putting some bigger tyres on it and some different gearing. So you'll see from the power data, if you look at it compared to what I'm normally riding at, or even probably if you compare it to yourself, I'm spinning quite high, 95 to 100 RPM, and I'm doing about sort of 250, you know, in the 200 sort of watts, but spinning quite high. So that's the difference with having these, you know, 40 psi in the tyres versus 90 or 100 psi on the road, because it feels a bit more sluggish. Like it's a more comfortable ride because it's more spongy, but that's for obviously comfort and to avoid punches, etc. So there's a purpose for having that, but the flip side of it is you have to spin faster. I'm finding to sort of get going, which you'll sort of see from that data. So I'm really glad that I went on this track because it was a good experience to get off the road, but it worked really well. Like the bike, the setup was great. I couldn't fault it really. I do come from a motorcycling background. I had dirt bikes as kids and stuff, and this sort of stuff was the bread and butter for that. So what I noticed around about this period into the ride is that the better bike handler you are, the better you're going to be at gravel, because you're constantly, you know, we're dodging glass on the road or whatever it might be, but there's a lot more happening here to dodge, especially, you know, to avoid punches and things. So as things get more hectic in terms of how coarse the gravel is and how thick, you know, big the rocks are, it's going to come into play a lot more. So I definitely notice that a better bike handler or someone who can see stuff a way off and move around it is obviously going to be better, in my opinion, I would think, at gravel riding. So I'm running the tube tyres here at the moment because the sealant hasn't arrived, so I'm conscious of, gee, I don't want to get a puncture out here. So I'm very, very conscious of what's on the road, making sure I take the best line that I can and try not to hit things, etc. But it worked really well, can't fault it. I love gravel riding, it's really good getting out amongst it. And yeah, I'll end it there, but enjoy the footage and hopefully you can see some of the West Australian countryside. thanks for watching this, guys. Really enjoying gravel riding. It's awesome. Don't know what I was missing. Yeah, I will be having more of these rides and videos throughout the WA, so the hills and gravel tracks that are around my area. So yeah, please check back in if you're interested in that sort of stuff. Until next time, take it easy.